Yeah, hi everybody. Uh, Today we are going to start about the client mechanism. So before starting, can you go through this slide and requesting you all to take the screenshot of this? Yes, okay. Yes, before explaining those points, few things I want to share to you regarding the client. Okay. So hope everybody can see my screen. See, in SAP system, so we have the concept called client. See, if you observe when you are logging into system also, we see your we are we are having one client number and then we are giving user ID and password. So what is that client number is? It's a data separator to say. See what is the need of that and why we use that and why SAP recommending that we will see. Okay. See usually see as you are seeing in this picture I have some ABC Technologies company. It was spread across 3 locations, Bangalore, Pune and Hyderabad. Okay. Now for these 3 locations, my database is single database. Okay. So whatever the business spread it in multiple locations, but database is single database only. See here, the Bangalore data, whatever it is coming into the system through the Bangalore team, it is going into the same database, and Pune, same database, Hyderabad, same database. I want to keep all the data in the single database physically, and I don't want to allow the Bangalore team or Bangalore persons who are logging into the system. I don't want to allow them to see or touch or modify the Pune and Hyderabad data. Same way Pune also should not be touched the Bangalore and Hyderabad data, and Hyderabad also same, should not touch Bangalore and Pune data. See how it's possible. Everything is inserting in the same table or same database. See, for example, I am created a user. From Bangalore I created, from Pune I created, from Hyderabad I created. Okay. But these three users is storing in the same table in the single database. For example, that is user02 table. Or you created a background job. Or you created something else. So under user02 table, three users are there. But how can I control them to modify that particular user from the Bangalore? If we log into Bangalore system, so he can see the same table, right? He can get the same, he can see the Pune data and Pune user and Hyderabad user. That means here what my requirement is, physically my data is in the same single database and logically it is separated. Okay. That means I don't want to see or modify or allow the Bangalore team to Pune and Hyderabad and vice versa. How it's possible is, yes, this can be possible through the client mechanism in SAP. So client is a data separator even though your data is in the single database. So my Bangalore data is organizing through one client, Pune data is one client, and Hyderabad's data is one client. Means if I log in into Bangalore, that client, I can't see or I can't modify the Pune client data and Hyderabad client data, and vice versa. Yes, this is possible through the client mechanism in SAP. To say the client is a data separator, that's why technically it is a data separator. Okay, even though everything is in the single database, but my other client cannot see someone else data or cannot modify someone else data. Okay, until unless he has the access to other client. See, as for this example, I have three clients, 101 client for Bangalore, 210 for Pune, and Hyderabad 766. But remember, if I log in into 101 client, if you observe in your system also you are logging into one client, you are just giving username and password, but before that on top of that row there is one more row option is there, client. Already probably you are seeing 800, I think. So that means you are logging into one place that is maybe 800 or 101, whatever maybe the number. You can access this data, you can modify this data, that means that client data, but you can't modify the Pune data, you can't access the, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, you can't modify the others data by logging into one client. That means by logging into 101 client, I can't see the 210 or I can't modify 210. Same for 766 as well. Okay. So this can be achieved through the client mechanism. Okay. See, it is a business money maker to say from the functional point of view. See, entire business is running on one client only. That means you are creating a background jobs, your customization and developments are done, and your transports are moving or your patches are applying, everything the client specific. So we are making our own client and we are building the client in such a way how your business needs will be fulfilled. By default, we will get three clients with the SAP installation. Okay, that is 000, 001, 066. Any product you install, you will get these default 3 clients. Okay, you are installing SAP means you are getting these 3 clients. Client is a 3-digit number, okay, which is having the number range from 000 to 999. That means totally maximum we can create up to 1000 clients. Okay, so 000 to 999. Among them already 3 are there. Apart from that, any other client you can use. Okay, so usually we never use these 3 default clients for the business perspective. 000 we can call it as a standard, default or golden client. So which is having all the default things given by SAP. Okay, so that's why we don't want to disturb them. So, and also 000 I never like that number probably. Your business want to create some another client and they want to build the client using client copy mechanism, and they want to customize and develop that client, and they want to use that for the business. Okay, so that's why 000 is a master or golden client we can call it as. We never change anything in the 000 client. Okay, and 001 is the copy of 000. Since 000 you don't want to modify, SAP is giving the copy of 000 in terms of 001, the native versions. But even though it is a copy of that, we never touch 001 also, because we will build our own client as per our business requirement, and we will create and we will build and we will customize that. And 066 is the early watch client we can call it as. It is by SAP. It is for SAP, sorry. Okay. Yes, yes, Satish. So it is not even 800. Any client we can use. There is no rule that we should use 800. In your systems we are using. Okay. We are using just number. That's what I told. We can create 000 to 999 range. Within this range, you can create any number. It is a 3-digit number. Already it is having 3 default clients. Apart from these 3, remaining 997, anything you can create, but don't create the repeated client number. Okay. And 066 is the early watch client we can call it as. It is for SAP purpose only. We never use this. Whenever SAP want to log in into a system, they will use this client. Okay. So yearly once or twice SAP will log in your system and they do lot of things. They kind of generating early watch reports and all. So they will suggest you if any loop, any kind of bottlenecks are happen, or going forward you might face any risks also. They can see that. They will suggest you what actions you need to take. Yearly once or twice it will do in your production system. At that time it will log in through the 066 only. So this we are not going to use from the basis point of view. Okay. So these are the basic things about the client. And before going to next slide, any questions regarding this now so far? No questions? Yes, our duty is we need to create the client. We need to copy the client, because you are creating a client means it is a empty box. We need to copy the client from the existing client. That means this data we are copying into some 500, 600 or 800, whatever the client you create, and we will build that client, and that can be used for the business. Okay. Right. Yes. I'm moving to next slide. No questions. We will see the data structure of the client, how it will be, how the system structure will be. See, as you're seeing in the picture, each client will have the three important data areas, that is user master data, application data, and customizing data. User master data, application data, and customizing data. Okay. So what this contains is, user master contains your user IDs, passwords, and your authentications and all relevant to users. Okay. And application data is, this is very important. This is the master data to say, which is the transactional data, which is sensitive also. So this is very important. This is your business data to say. See, sometimes you hear that the website is hacked, the defense website is hacked, so many things we heard long back. That means they are hacking this data only. This should not be hacked. Very dangerous. That's why basis consultant need to ensure that your client data is protected as well from the modifications. Okay, not only creating, not only copying the client, and we need to protect from the modifications. So we have client settings, we will see that later. And this is very sensitive data, very important data, master data we can call it as. See, for example, you are doing online transfer, you are maintaining your account, you are having some balance. All these things here only it will be maintained, and it comes under this category. If anybody can hack your data means, yes, they can do anything, right? So this is very sensitive data, business data, very important. And customizing data is client specific customizing will be happen, that comes under here. That like editing your company codes or like company names or like your area codes. Those comes under client specific customizing. Each and every client contains this own, these three. If you take 500, yes, these three. See, as per this picture, we have 930 clients also there in the system. So it also contains these three: user master, application, and client specific data. If we have another 000, 00, and 066, every client has these three. If we have 1000 clients created, 1000 clients will have, each and every client has user master, application, and customizing data. Okay, but remember, if you want to access or modify this data, you need to log in into this client only. That means you need to log in into 500, then only you can access this data. By logging in here, by sitting in this client, I can't touch this data. That is the client beauty here. Okay. Even though you have the access to this entire system, you have multiple clients in the system, you are logging into this system. This client means you can access up to this only, not this area, other clients information. Okay. This is very important thing. If you want to modify something to here, so you need to log in into 930. That's why if you observe, your user ID created for 800 client in your system, if you are logging in, try other client 000, it won't allow you. Why? Because user master data is client specific. You have user ID password of this client means you can log in using that ID password in this client only, because this is client specific data, client dependent data we call it as. User master, application, and customizing data we can call it as client dependent data. So you can access, you can organize, you can modify this data by logging into that client only. Using this user ID password which is you are having in 500 client, you can't access 930. Why? Because 930 has its own user master data. You need to have another user ID password in this 930, or your user ID password should exist in this 930. Then only you can access this data. Okay. So that's why these three are called client dependent or client specific data. Okay. And here these client will reside on top of some other areas, those are called repository and cross-client objects. So this is the fundamental thing to operate your system, that is repository, very, very important. Without this repository, your system is not there. See, you are installing your SAP system means this only it is building. So nothing but programs, transactions, function modules like that. See, for example, if you go, see, I'll show you. See, if you go here, C drive, you install some programs here. Okay. See program files. In this, we have a lot of applications I installed. See Citrix, that is our GoToMeeting is going on. C Cleaner, BSS Screen Recorder, Airtel, Adobe. Okay. And like that, so many things I installed on this. Google Chrome, nothing but Image Burner, Kingsoft, McAfee. Okay. But, okay, this is very, very important. If you are installing, for example, I installed the Google Chrome. If I open Google, see, if I Chrome go application, so if you go some subfolders, if you saw some like dictionary something or plugins and some other, see these are all very, very important. DLL, library files and exe files, lot of things are there. When you are opening something here, for example, if I want to open a Chrome, if I want to open new Chrome means it's using this only. Okay, it's using these libraries and DLLs, like lot of things here. This is repository for that. Without this, your Chrome will not work. If you deleted this folder in the program files, okay, this will not work for you. Okay, so this is very, very important. Without this repository, you can't get this functionality. So try today deleting something in this program files in this folder, your Chrome will not work. But not only this, any kind of application you install here, see for example, I am going to Citrix, GoToMeeting application. So there are some few other folders. If you go, see these DLLs and these library application files, if you delete it, it won't work. This is repository. Okay. Without this GoToMeeting will not work. So that's why this repository plays an important role for any kind of product. You are installing means that only it's building. Each and every system contains the repository objects. And the only one repository area. And on top of that, we have cross-client objects. Cross-client are the system-specific customization. This customization is client-specific. This customization is system-specific. So these two, on top of these two only, the client will in place. Remember, as these three are client-dependent or client-specific, but these two are client independent or cross client objects, we can say. What is that mean is, by sitting here you can access this client data, but you can't access this client data by sitting here. But this cross client and repository objects globally shared to all the clients. That means by sitting here, if you are authorized, you can access this. By sitting here you can access this, because we have only one repository area. For example, assume that XYZ program is there. In the system wide, entire XYZ program only will be there. Okay, there is no XYZ for 500 client, there is no 500 for 930 client, there is no XYZ for 000 client. That's why repository is only one. If you are accessing any functionality here, it is using this repository objects. For example, you are going ICICI Bank website, you are logging into that. Okay, that means nothing but you are logging into some one client. You don't know that. You are accessing a home page means through this you are accessing one program. That program is calling and it's opening some home page by using the application data and some kind of this information from the client. Without this repository, if you have only client, it is meaningless. You can't do anything. Okay, so this is very, very important. Every SAP system has only one repository and a cross-client area. But on top of that, you might have multiple clients. As I told, we can go for 1,000 clients. Okay, so this is very, very important. That's why these two are called client independent. Client independent means it's not specific to any client. This can access by any client. By sitting here, you can modify this also. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so that's why these three are called client dependent or client specific data. These two are called client independent or cross client data. Okay, so if you are authorized, yes please.
Ashok, you said the table definition is cross-client,
Yes, cross client.
Yeah,
but
Definition
in the
cross.
previous discussion we were just thinking like, let us say the if single client like user by Bangalore, if they
Yeah.
store the data.
Hmm. Yeah, see here, it is table content here. This is table definition, probably is the kind of table structure.
Yeah,
Okay,
let
so
us say if
table
you create
structure is
a
repository, but the content what you are inserting is client specific. See,
right, let
user
us
0
say
to table, yes, go
if you
ahead.
if you define a custom table,
Hmm. Okay,
uh, at the time if the user in 500 client is to try to store the data,
okay.
it will also visible in 930, right?
not the data, but the
Uh,
just structure.
it's a structure. Structure it will visible, but data it can't.
Okay, so based on
So,
the mandate
yeah,
field, it will be stored.
yeah, yes, exactly. So I
Okay.
will explain that. Okay. See, for example, USR02 table, it has some structure that is serial number, username, client number, password, okay, its authorization, which group he belongs, like that. That is a template. That is a table structure. It contains here, okay. Using that, the data what you are inserting, that is client structure.
Yeah, okay,
You
got it.
created a Ashok user in 500. It stores in this table structure only. But the data you can access by logging into 500. But to
Okay.
access the data, your tables should be here, right, in the repository level.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the thing here. So these three are client specific and these two are client independent. These three are client dependent, and this also called as cross client object also, client independent or cross. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this. Please take this. Okay, all right. I'm moving to next slide. Yes, as I told, the client specific data is user master, customizing application data. So user master is nothing but user IDs, user passwords, authentications, and user records. Customizing is the client dependent customizing for the business perspective, from the business perspective, and application is the master data, that is transactional data, business data we can call it as. Okay, and see, to define the client is a autonomous unit in the R3 system, which regards to commercial, organizational, commercial law, organization, and data. So that means here it is an independent entity which is having its own user master, customizing, and application data. Okay. So this definition you can see in the document what I sent, or even TADM also. So just by heart what is client means. Okay, these two lines you need to by heart. Right. And yes, as I told, the client specific is client dependent data is nothing but these three, and the client independent or cross client data is these two. So take this screenshot please. Okay. Right. Yes. Please go through this now once again. Okay. So I'll give 2 minutes time. If possible, try to read each and every point twice.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, I missed the. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. See here, in this from this slide, you don't know about amenity. I think remaining things I have covered. Okay. See, this MANDT field only separates your either it is a client specific data or cross client data, means client dependent or client independent. Okay. So how the system know? For example, you log into a client, you are accessing some data. How the system know? I should not access other data, other client data. So that means if any table contains, for example, you are accessing some data, means you are accessing data from table, right? If any table contains MANDT field, okay, so it won't allow you to get other client data. That means it won't allow you to touch other client data. That means that is client specific table. If at all the table didn't have this field, then you can access the data from any client. Okay, if you log in 500, you can see that data. If you log in 900, you can see that data, complete data. But if that table has this field, okay, you can't access the other client's data. You can see for example, I logged into 500. I can see only 500 data, even though that table contains 900 data, 000 client data, 001 data. See here, I'll show you one example. That is, I'm logging into the system in 001 client. So I am going to SE11 transaction. SE11 transaction is used to, okay, get any table data. The table accessing transactions, but don't use this transaction until unless you are sure about this. SE11, SE12, SE14, SE16 are table accessing transactions for different purposes with different options. Here, whenever you are using these 4 transactions, SE11, 12, 14, 16, don't give any change. Okay, don't click on this. Only goes display. Okay, and here now I am going to ESR02 table where users are contained. I am clicking on display. See, if you see you are seeing the mandate field. That means you are logging into 001 client. You are going to user master table ESR02. Okay, so since MANDT table is there, you can see only the 001 users, okay, which are in this system. But remember, parallelly, ESR02 table contains other users as well, means 000 users, 800 users, okay, 066 users, and maybe if you have any other client, that users also. But since this field is there, you can't see others data. So this separates your client specific or cross client, means client dependent or client independent. If this field is not there for any table, you can access the data from any client if you are authorized. Okay, right. See here, go to this contents. If you want to see what the table contains, table data, this is the symbol, content symbol, to get the data. So here, don't do anything, simply click on execute. See here, I have these many users. Okay, so these many users 001. See, because MA entity field is there, I can show only that users only. But remember, this user02 contains other users as well. Now I will show you. See, I am logging into 800 client. I have 800 client as well. See, changing the client number here, 800, and I am giving the user ID of the 800. Okay. See here, I am going to same SC11 transaction. See, 800 I am in. I am giving USR02 table same, and clicking on display, and clicking on table contents, and executing. See, if you observe, see, 800 has only 3 users, 001 has these many users, but both are in same USR02 table, USR02 table, same system. But by logging into 800, I can see only 800. I can't see 001. By logging into 001, I can see only 001 users, not 800 users. This is the impact of MA field. This MA field will decide, okay, so whether it is a client dependent or client independent data. So it's clear, guys, regarding MA.
So if you create a table without MA&DT, it's kind of cross-client.
Yes, it's kind of cross client. Okay. So by default, there are so many tables in SAP, but I don't think we create our accept the tables, right? Arun, is it happen to you people? We don't create any table from our side.
Yeah, I guess like if you create any custom table.
Yeah, any custom. Okay, that is there, right?
Yeah,
So
Z
that is
Yeah, we
Z,
can
Z,
create
Z table.
custom. Yeah, yeah, you can
Yeah,
create
yeah,
custom table.
yeah. We can create Z tables, right? Yes, right. So probably the custom tables are the cross client only, I think, right? Is not MA entity having.
No, usually I think they're client only. I guess usually they
Client
do.
only.
Yeah, client specific.
Mhm.
They even define the mandate field always in the custom table too.
Yeah, okay. If it is MA entity means that is client specific. Okay. See, this example will help you to understand the MA entity effect. And if we go some other, for example, TBTC, yes, our background job table. Okay, your jobs will store here, right? Clicking on this TBTCS, the background job processing, the schedule table. If you click on this contents, see, there is no MANDT field. If you observe here in this column, MANDT field is not there. So wherever you create the job, in 000 you created the job, or 500 you created the job, or 800 you created the job, you can see that data because there is no MANDT. All the jobs you can see here. See, whatever it may be the client, it is not showing client number here. MANDT is not showing. MANDT means client name. It's not client specific data. This is cross client or repository. It comes under that part. It is a cross client table. Okay. See, these many jobs are running in my system. Okay. So this is not clear. If you log in, you see, I logged in 800, right? You are seeing this list. See, I log in into 000 also, same table, same list you can see. There is no difference. See, TB, TCS, display, table contents, execute. See, same jobs you are seeing, right? Here and here. Because this is cross client, no MANDT field. Wherever you log in, you can see all the data of the system. But if it is MANDT field, that client specific only you can see. Got it? So any questions here regarding this?
So how do you know like few things whether they are client dependent or client independent? For example, RSC destinations, partner profiles.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind
that
of
is,
stuff.
see, no need to know, like we need to remember all this, like
Oh,
means
okay.
RF situation falls under client dependent. No need to worry. But the data structure, how it works, I am telling here. Okay. If at all you want to modify some data to pertain to that particular, for example, you want to modify RF situation or create a RF destination. So it falls under the either client specific or cross client, right? But if you want to do some customization or modification to that area, so you should have, if it is a client specific, you can modify that in that client only. But RF stations are cross client, not client specific.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
By sitting any transactions, you can modify that, but you should have proper authorization. That's it. You are authorized to modify, you are authorized to create. That's it. Okay. So that only the thing. This you need to observe because this will help you during the transfer mechanism. So whether it coming under client specific or cross client. Okay. Right. And the clients are created in SCC4 transaction. Okay. In SCC4 you can see how many clients you have. See, by default, as I told, these three will be there. Right. 000, 001, 066, any system, CRM, SRM, SCM, anything you install, these three you see. No other alternative for this. Beyond that, we will create our own client. We will use this client for our business perspective. So here, apart from that, I have 800 client. If you want to create any client, or if you want to see how many clients you have, SCC4 transaction. SCC4. If you want to create any client, go to change mode. See, this is cross client. What is this meaning is, by sitting in 800, I am creating one more client, means after logging in 001 also you can see the same data here. These entries you see same. Why? Because this is a cross client. Wherever you log in, this transaction code view here, same you can see. That is cross client. Got it, guys? Okay. Now see, this is in the editable mode. Here, see, if you say edit, you see new entries option. Click on this new entries to create a new client. Give the details here. So for example, I am creating 500 client. Give the 500. Give description for testing. So testing client I am giving. So give the city. It is Chicago. Okay. And logical system we will discuss tomorrow. And currency you can leave it blank if you want. And role. See, here the three options will impact in the client settings. One is client role. Usually recommended is production, but I am taking no customizing. Why it is in the tomorrow class we'll see. And apart from this, the other two here, the client specific, how you want to control, and cross client, that is repository and cross client data, how you want to control. These three options are very useful. Mandatorily a basis consultant should ensure that closed. Close in the sense we are not closing from the access, we are closing from the modification. As a basis consultant, we need to ensure that client settings are closed. Otherwise, somebody can modify your customizing settings or cross-client or repository or whatever. Very dangerous. It affects on the business functionality. It is on our basis and all. So we call it as in client opening and client closing. We will see that in the tomorrow. So just to create a client, come here, give the entries whatever you want, save it. That's it. Now one empty box you have created in the system without any data. See, just one entry created in T000 table. Remember where the clients are stored is T000. Okay. Only the empty box created. No user master data, no application data, no customizing data. Now what we need to do is we need to build that 500 client using the client copy mechanism from the existing client data. Means we need to copy from 000 to 500 or 800 to 500, whatever you want. Okay. So that is called client copy. So we will see that things in the tomorrow class. Okay, today create your own client today in your system. So you see that client entry in SEC4. See, this is client copy. So this client we use, here we created 500 now, we use for our business perspective. This is our business client. We never use default clients for business. Here developers will come, they'll customize, functions will come, they design, and basis will come, create the background jobs, monitoring, and HTMS, clients, everything we will do here. We'll monitor performance in this client only. This is our business client. Our business will run through this client only unknowingly. So you are logging in ACS web URL or maybe MX, okay, whatever it may be, eBay. So that means we are using this client, one client. Your business runs through this client only. Okay, that's why we are call it as money maker. Is from the functional point of view, the client is the money maker for the business.
So can the SAP clients, do they store business data too, or just they don't?
Just no default templates to say. Okay, it's a kind of structures and all. We after copying all this structure and data, whatever the default data giving SAP, and our
No. I'm asking like for example, I have some data in 800. Okay. So can I look at the same data in um, I mean the 00 or 01 066?
no, if it is a client specific you can't see. If it is a cross client you can access.
Okay.
Okay, 800 data is a client specific, right? So
Yeah.
client specific data by sitting in 000 you can't see. That is the client principal MA&AT field. If there is no MA&AT field, then you can see from 000 also that data. Okay, that is very important.
Can you
Hi, Ashok.
log into those SAP clients?
Sorry.
Can you log into those SAP clients?
Yeah, SAP clients. Yeah, we can log in. We have user IDs. Tomorrow we will. Okay. Right. And before leaving the session today,
Ashok,
any other questions? Yes, please.
yeah, hi,
Yeah,
Ashok. Under
one
what
second.
situation
One
we
second.
could?
One second. Yeah, can you take the screenshot, please? These are the transaction codes we are going to learn in the client mechanism. So just keep it handy. This slide. Take the screenshot. Today we just introduce the SCC code, client maintenance transaction. Okay. Remaining all we will see tomorrow. Yes, sir. Tell me.
Ashok, under what situation we create more clients, or what is the
Yeah, or
requirement
what
that
situation means very in the new implementation. See, your company is installing SAP now, implementing. You are using XYZ. Now your company want to move SAP. At the time you install SAP means you will be getting only these three clients. But we don't use that clients for the business. The default clients you will get. So at that time we will create our own client. This is the general requirement in the very beginning only, not in the day-to-day business life. If once your client is built means we don't do client creation and client copies every day. Okay, once your system went live means your business is running on this. So we never create again another. But there are situations we will do client copies, weekly ones or monthly ones for trainings and sandboxes. Because training system will give access to training users. So they'll corrupt this and that. So many R&Ds they will do. Again, we have this scenario in my project. So we use it to build, we use it to do client copy every weekend for training box. By Monday morning, we should be ready with the new data in the client from the existing 100 clients. See, we have 100 clients. We have 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. Okay. So from 100 is the master client, business client, everything is set up. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. These 6 clients will be given the access to users, training users. So every Monday they will log in till next Friday or Saturday. Okay. So they are doing R&D, so many things are there, and they are corrupting so many of this or like that, because those are trainings, right? So again, by Monday morning, we need to ensure that all the clients should be client copied from 100. So that means existing, and also remember when you're doing client copy, if there is any data here, it will delete here everything 0. It makes 0 and inserts the new data. So whatever they corrupted, everything it will be deleted, and the new data from 100 we will do client copy. In that kind of situations, we will do the client copies. But from the business point of view, development, quality and production system, it is one-time activity only during implementation. But client settings are regular things, we need to check it out. If you are not properly maintaining, there is a possibility to hack your data or to modify your data. Okay, that things we need to regularly monitor. But client creation and client copy, one-time activity to say. Until unless if your business requires one more client in quality or production development, we will create one more client if they want. For testing purpose, one more client they want. At that time only we will create new client. That is also one time. Again one more time, but not regularly. Okay. So this is the need of the client, new client creation and requirement to copy. Okay. This is to say one-time activity before setting up your SAP system, that is during implementation. That's it. And remaining based on the requirement and the training sandbox clients who are building with, there is a different story. It's all not for business to say. It is for training purpose or practice purpose like that. Okay. Right. Yes.
As a
Bruce, you
DB
are asking.
admin, as a DB admin, can we see different clients data at the database level?
Yeah, we can access if you have the access to the user02 table. You can see if you are access. If you have the access to see the table.
So from database side, we can
Either it is a
see all the client
database
data.
side, we can access everything you can see irrespective of client.
Okay, yeah,
From
that's what I
SAP
thought.
level only, this MANDT field will affect. If you want to use SQL command to get some information from user02 table, you will see all the clients information. Okay, and Bruce, here companies merging is different. Okay, so I didn't get you what you are asking. Can you explain, Bruce?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what I meant is, for instance, one company is bought by another which is more, it's got a bigger landscape of a SAP. So what happens then when they have to integrate the systems, especially with the clients? Do you still have one company using their own clients or the other one using their own, or somehow they make it to be one SAP system?
No, actually from the business perspective, we never allow other company to use another client in the same system. For example, you have P11 production. Your business client is 800, business is running on. We never allow another client here to use by another company because your data is secure, right? If you allow somebody to here, okay, the data might be corrupted or might be hacked here. That is the one scenario. And there are some situations we have seen the SAP hosting projects. You can't believe SAP supporting from the single system 60 businesses. Yes, there is a possibility. You can do that. One client for one company, they centrally host the project in a single big service. Okay. So like that they had serving the projects in using virtualization method like that. But from the data security point of view, it is not recommended. Okay. So, but we have seen 60 clients for 60 companies. SAP hosting that kind of projects also. SAP only maintaining hardware, SAP only recruiting the team, SAP only taking care of the project. Okay, small businesses, they integrated in all the things. That means only, for example, 800 some ABC company. Okay, 900 XYZ company. Their business will run through that in the single system. But it is not safe, it is not recommended to say from the technical point of view. Okay. So if it is
You
like
mean
that, the
cloud
purpose
based?
of the, yeah, it's a kind of cloud or virtualization. Okay. Right. Bruce, it's clear or any other means? Am I clear your question or still you need some information?
Now it's very clear. It's very clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's it guys for today. And logging into your system as you see for create one client today. Okay, and read the TDM today. Theoretical part is more in the client. You need to understand this mechanism. Okay, very important now onwards. Client patches and troubleshooting topic and then implementation going forward maybe within 2-3 days starting your installation class. Okay, I hope everybody everybody downloaded the software, completed. See, please make sure if not done by
Not.
Sunday night, your Sunday night, make sure it is downloaded. Okay, so that is mandatory. Probably Monday or Tuesday, I'm planning to start your implementation class, that is installation class. You need to install on your own in your machine. And machine requirements are, if it is your company system, not your personal system, if you want to use your VMware, in that case your RAM should be 4 to 6 GB minimum. Hard disk maybe 100 GB is enough free space. Okay, but RAM, if it is good RAM, your installation will be good and you can practice very fast, good, you feel very good.
Do we
Minimum
have
4 GB.
VMware software too in that link?
Yeah, VMware, I will share that. VMware if you want, I will share, not a problem.
And is
Okay,
it
if you want.
OS specific like Windows XP or does it?
Yeah. VMware you need to download OS. OS in the sense, see, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows VMware will work for all Windows products.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
have like Windows.
Windows product will, yeah, Windows will not work for like Mac. Okay, Mac
Yeah,
software
that
we
thing I
need to
know.
download.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that only the difference. So if you want, you can download from the Google House maybe 15-20 MB software. Okay, I think. Okay, so be ready with that thing. Download it and unzip it. Probably your files are in zipped format. Unzip it. Create one folder. Put all files at same place. For example, in the D drive, you created a software folder or dump. You make the folder name as dump, D-U-M-P. In that, download the files, keep there and uncar it. That is unzip it. And keep ready with that thing. And if you want to install on VMware also needed. Directly, if you want to install, if it is a personal laptop, if you want to install, is fine. 4 GB also fine. Even with 4 GB, you can install, but network 7.3 needed. The little more resources than other versions. That is why 6 GB is there, means it's good. And also the OS recommended is Windows what you can say, enterprise or premium versions, Windows 7, not Windows 7 home edition. Okay, premium or enterprise edition or Windows 8 server. Okay, if these two, you need to either one Windows 7 premium or enterprise edition or Windows 2008 server version. Okay, and Windows 2008, if not there, let me know. I will share that link as well. Okay, and you can download that and you can install on VMware. If you don't want to disturb your existing laptop OS by installing SAP on that, again doing R&D, you don't want to corrupt your OS, even it won't corrupt your OS, but you don't want to do that, better go with the VMware. Now I am giving my demo on VMware only. See, VMware I installed. Okay, I am opening this VMware workstation. In this I installed my OS. On top of that, so again I install my SAP. Because this is 7.0 version, 2 GB RAM is fine for this VMware. But what I shared is 7.3 latest version. So little resources more required for you. At least VMware 3 to 4 GB we need to assign. If you have 6 GB, then 3 GB or 4 GB if you assign to VMware, then that is good. Whenever you use VMware, then only that 3 GB is used for VMware. Otherwise, entire your RAM will be used for your OS only. Don't think that so entire 3 GB is reserved for VMware whether I can use or not. It's not like that. Whenever you are opening VMware, that RAM will be used for this VMware. Otherwise, entire RAM will be for your system only. Okay. So these are the minimum requirements. Make sure these are done. If not there, you are planning to upgrade your system, please do it. Or if you have desktop also, it's good. Okay, with these configurations. Desktop even 4 GB is enough. Okay, 4 GB or 3 GB RAM is also enough. Okay. Okay, that's it guys. Then see you tomorrow. Okay, and one more thing, you guys 6:30 AM India time, 7 PM CST batch. Your Sunday night no class. Okay, that is my Monday morning. India time Monday morning. Your Sunday night no class for this week. Okay. If any planned things, you can plan accordingly. Okay. Right. Yes, Bruce. I will send you the mail. Just drop me one mail. I will reply to that. Okay. Right.